Here's our agenda. I'm going to briefly go over December STAR results with you and kind of compare how we did so we can get a handle on that. We're working behind the scenes trying to make sure we have interventions in place for those students who still need to pass. We're also looking at who made gains and they're close, but they're not quite there yet. Then we will also, I can't have a staff meeting without mentioning the fire marshal, so we'll have a very brief review. And then Mr. Lane is going to present some information on what we're trying to do with attendance as a campus and a district. Get an update from the static. Ms. Jones is going to speak to dress code, and then you'll get this. It's already in the Google folder. I'll make sure it's shared with you so you have it. Activity schedule on Friday for Kiss the Pig coming up. And it's Christmas. It keeps turning into Christmas. And then I have the list of faculty advisory committee members, and I'll send it out again, but I have those meetings on the agenda also. I don't know why it's not showing up on that projector, but we'll try to figure that out. Okay, go ahead, Mr. Lane. All right, so good, bad, or ugly. Here are our results. I know. I got this right before the break, the ice days, and it probably helped me a little bit, but still have to come back and figure out how to help these students. So we had algebra 13%, biology 29, English 1 17, English 2 22, and US history 52. So let's put that into perspective. So go ahead. This is MacArthur's history. At December, because December is a different situation. It's all of our retesters. And I have this year's on the left-hand side in red. So if you look at December 16 in the middle, we've substantially dropped in every subject area. So we're going to try and figure out how best to help those students, but I also want you to notice the numbers. So you have December 15th, and there have been changes to the exams since 2015 in a couple of subject areas. However, if you look at the number of students we're testing, I thought that was interesting. I'll get to what is causing some of our problems. So let's just look at the algebra, the first line. So in 2015, you tested 216 students. And then last year it was 173. This year it's 164. So what is that? That's good. That's good because we're getting more kids across that finish line in algebra. However, you're dealing with students with larger deficits. You're dealing with more LEP students, special ed students, so you've got another set of problems because you get to the kids that need a whole lot more attention, more interventions. So it is like that across the board. And again, I'll share this with you if you want to go back and review it. Some of your departments are already digging into this data and looking at individual students as we speak. Okay. All right, so how does math look compared to the district level? And it has been better, but we're going to get back to where we need to be, which is at the top. We're going to start working on that. So you also have on this slide the number of students other schools are testing and what their passing rate is. So we just need to really look at what we have in place and maybe what some other schools are doing. Do we need to change some of what we're doing? Do we need to definitely revisit some schedules for certain students? So we are, again, with the 2 days we lost, that didn't help us get things done any faster, so we'll get that done as soon as we can. But we have a lot of work to do, so this is what I'm going to tell you. If you have students, especially in your intervention classes, you need to know where they are and review that information with those students. Because sometimes they're just seeing that they don't pass, but they don't realize that if you go back and look, they did make gains. And you need to keep encouraging them to attend tutorials, get the most they can out of their intervention class, and find out how can they help themselves along the way also. And one of the things we're going to talk about is attendance. Because if you don't come to school, we can't help you. You're not here for us to provide the interventions for you. So we're also going to make a push for attendance, and maybe after the tragedy of the hurricane and the flooding issues and the displacement in the fall, I know all those problems are not gone for students, but see if we can set ourselves up to have a better spring semester and more consistent in terms of instruction and interventions for our students on campus. Okay, fire marshal.